So while we're talking about Christians, one of the things about conservatism in this country, and I got a clip here, by the way. We're going to be jumping into a clip, so bear with me. But conservatives, self-called, self-proclaimed conservatives, most of them that are in the media, those that are well-funded by the media, the mainstream media, like the Daily Wire, mainstream media, these people, at their core, they're all failed actors, failed comedians, failed Hollywood guys. Ben Shapiro wanted to be in Hollywood, got rejected because he's too dumb. Michael Knowles wanted to be in Hollywood, got rejected because he's too dumb, right? These people are just dumb as shit, right? They fail utterly. And then they go, oh, well, if I just, said a bunch of racist and transphobic stuff, then my life will have meaning. I guess. Because when, self-proclaimed comedians and actors, when they fail to get attention doing anything that actually has value, what do? They just spin to the shock and the awe. And it's an easy way to get clicks, right? But then you come around, we're on year 5 of this shit. What else do I fucking have to say? What else can I come up with? Well, if you're Michael Knowles and you're really digging at the bottom of the barrel, you come up with the following rant. This is Michael Knowles talking about how we should go back to the 13th century because they really had it good. Let's watch.
Americans are as conservative today as they were back in 2012, which is fine, and it's a good start given how much more liberal the country had become since 2012. But if 2012 is the end point, then we might as well pack it in, guys. I do not want America to be as socially conservative as it was in 2012. I want our civilization to be as socially conservative as we were in 1220, okay? Forget it. I don't even want the 1950s.
So one thing about this, and again, I can say this because I sometimes am in this position. What is 1220? Well, 1220 is 2012, but 20 and 12 are reversed. He's literally just making this up as he's going. And that's the thing about this, is that, that's all of these guys' shows. Now, they might come up with, one thing, and they write it in the notepad in the middle of the night, but most of the time, they're just kind of, it's improv. They're just, you think Michael Knowles actually said, oh yeah, 2012, more like 1220, am I right, people? He wrote that down, he practiced it, he was looking in the mirror this morning, 2012, more like 1220, 2012, he didn't, this is all, he's just making it up. And again, that's fine. I'm just as an art form, right, improv, hey, I can respect that. But the problem here is that this guy's acting like he's doing a political sermon. He's not, he's just doing improv comedy. But, even worse, the people watching this, they actually think it is a political sermon. When in reality, he's just making it up. He's like, oh, 2012, 1220. Yeah, there we go. Let's go back there. Right? What if it was 2013? Would he have said 1320? What if it was, oh, conservatives are blah, blah, blah as much as they were in 2020? Then what would he do? You know what I mean? Right? So, again, he's just he's all making this up. But the problem is there's millions of people out there that go yes, sir. Heil you, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't even want the 1880s. I want 1220. I think that would be a good spot to land at. At the very least, I think we ought to be as conservative as we were before all the modern ideologies started corroding our civilization.
Okay, so 1220, and maybe not everyone's going to buy it. So I say, let's go back to X date, before technology. Woo! Before the technology. Yes, when was that? Who knows? Are we going to go before the invention of the pipe? Are we going to go before the invention of the house? What's technology? How far back are we going, Mikey?
Because that's been the big problem. The reason that a lot of people for a long time became more socially conservative, more open, more tolerant, is because they had the pillars of our civilization to rely upon. The church, the family, the productivity, the political order.
Okay, so again, the only thing he's really got here is the church. The rest is just like he's making it up. He's like, oh, people, they would rely on the church. What is the family? Oh, the family is an extension of the church. What is the family union? It's a cult that is a subsidiary of the church, right? At least that's what Michael Knowles wants. I personally believe that a two-person family, two-parent family is inherently abusive. It is a cult. I think it takes a village to raise a child, and two parents aren't enough. That's just my opinion, especially when they both work full-time jobs and they can barely fucking raise the kid. That's just my opinion. Cry about it, right? But again, so like he's talking about like, okay, so people are like, you know, they need guidance from the pillars of society, you know, the church, aka he wants people to just be mindless zombies of the church. And so, and again, what makes the church less popular? Again, 70%-ish of 60 to 70% of Americans believe that Jesus is real because they're fucking stupid, right? But that's low, historically speaking. You know, it used to be 99%. So what happens, right? You know, the computer gets invented. The ability to look up whether or not things are true or false is invented. So you can go on Google and search, is Jesus a real magical person? And you'll find, oh, no, he's not. In a pretty, you know, within a couple seconds, it's pretty obvious. They explain, oh, yeah, there's no evidence for Jesus. It's all made up. It's in a book somewhere, okay? You know? And so now that you could just look up, oh, is Jesus real? No. It's a lot harder for people to have like based their whole lives around the church, right? And so that's why these motherfuckers want to go back time. It's also like Michael Knowles doesn't, I don't think, necessarily want to be a commander. I don't think he wants to be like the Heil Hitler kind of guy. You know, everyone's like, look at you, Mikey, you're so great. This guy is like, he's got that cuck beta simp energy. I mean, just look at him. I mean, like, come on now. And that's ultimately the thing with all of these conservatives. Conservatives love to say, we're real, man, look at us. But ultimately, they got that cuck mindset. They believe that God is real, Jesus is real, but also that God is better than them, that Jesus is better than them, that they believe that there are inherent hierarchies. That's why you see conservatives act like they're better than other people. But ultimately, they've got that cuck mindset. Oh, at the end of the day, God's better than me. At the end of the day, blah, blah, blah. I say this, God's not better than you. God ain't better than any man. God doesn't fucking exist, right? But these people, again, they're professional betas. They need somebody to look after them. They got daddy issues, and that's why they come up with this God bullshit. Do I think Michael Knowles wants to go back to 1220? No, he doesn't, because he just made that up. It's the inverse of 2012, right? This is just another pointless rant where you can just look, oh, look at these guys. They're a bunch of crazy guys. Look how crazy they are. Whoa, they're fucking crazy. Again, this isn't a segment, by the way, where he's talking about how, like, pride flags should be banned and how it's, like, sinful or whatever the fuck. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Doesn't, you know, who cares about watching the rest of this? I personally don't. You can go watch the rest of that. I don't care. You can go watch this whole show for all I give a fuck. I don't really care. Anyway, there you go. That's the right-wing grift. That's what they do. And now that I've explained it for you, right, I've solved the problem, right? So now that I've identified and explained all of their tricks, they're going to go away, right? Oh, wait, no one listens to me. So they're just going to keep falling for the same scam over and over again. Oh, well.